Alright, so we've spoken about Ralph Bakshi a few times already on my channel. He's an animator and director that pushed the entire animation industry in a more adult direction during the 70s. So much so that my top 5 list of adult American animated films was completely and justifiably dominated by his work. Well, this film didn't make that list because it's a mix of live action and animation, and is pretty tame compared to Bakshi's other work. I used a lot of clips from this film in that video, and got a lot of comments asking where they were from. You can probably guess why. So let's take a look at the 1992 film, Cool World. We open with a World War II veteran played by Brad Pitt, who after returning home from the war is in a motorcycle accident and is transported to a cartoon-like dimension known as the Cool World, inhabited by beings called Doodles. Over the years he becomes kind of a Toontown detective. Several decades later, an artist serving a prison sentence doodles a sketch of a seductive woman who he names Holly. Jumping out from the page, Holly invites the cartoonist to join her as he is temporarily teleported to the Cool World, meeting with his creation. When the Toontown detective investigates the encounter, Holly makes her desire to become a real woman known, as well as some of her other motivations.
Oh, they really do it.
On the artist's next visit, the detective makes his motivations clear as well.
Noids do not have sex with doodles.
Of course, the cartoonist immediately breaks that rule by literally banging her into the third dimension. Don't get too excited, this film is rated PG-13. The pair flee to the real world as they flux between the two universes, and Holly betrays the artist, breaking the borders between the two realities, allowing the Cool World to infect the real world. Detective Pitt follows in an attempt to repair the damage she's done. While I do enjoy this film as a visual spectacle and high concept piece, it's not without some major flaws. The story is extremely disjointed. It starts out fine enough, but near the end everything just kind of falls apart. I attribute this to a few factors. Firstly, legend has it that Bakshi's original idea was more of a hard R horror concept, and the studio forced a huge invasive PG-13 rewrite against his wishes. Which, legend also has it, resulted in Bakshi punching the president of Paramount in the mouth. I do have to say that the lack of Bakshi-style hard-edge adult content is a huge part of the disappointment I have with this film. The PG-13 rating really just does not work with the Bakshi film.
Was it good for you?
It wasn't what I expected.
Other than the lack of plot, boobs, and violence, the visuals and concept are top-notch. The Cool World is indeed very cool, and I love the soundtrack, which includes the legendary David Bowie, which is always a win in my books. It's worth mentioning that there's a few spin-off video games to this film, but they aren't very good, even by 1992 standards. Overall, I think Cool World is at least worth a watch, but is also an important footnote in animation history. Hollywood remains an iconic character, making every nerd's sexist top 10 hottest animated characters list on the internet, this nerd included. Check the video link in the description to see where she ranks. Since you stuck around to the end, make sure to hit that like button and consider supporting this channel through fan funding. Once again, this was Fade Dragon Tear. Thanks for watching. Peace out.